Hello and welcome back to another episode of I've Had Loads of Time but I'm running late. Hello and welcome back to another vlog, another training one, cross-country schooling again with a different instructor from the riding club this time, preparing hopefully for the horse trials in June. So I'd really like to try and qualify for the Riding Club National Championships and the horse trials, and yeah, right up Bellamy Street, I'll love it. So we arrived with 15 minutes to spare, so I had to quickly get myself dressed, hat, body protector, boots and everything, and then rush to get him ready and tacked up. It actually turned out a few other people were a bit late, but yeah, yeah, what I wanted to do is actually get him a bit warmed up and hack him around just around the field before we started. But it's not how it worked out. He was pretty keen to get going. He was a bit more chilled than he has been, but he was quite keen to get on with it and get tacked up and get moving. He loves it at Blackwater. It's his favourite place to go. So Bellamy does have a runny nose. He actually suffers a little from pollen allergies at this time of year, so he does get a runny nose, but it always clears up. It's not associated with the temperature or illness or anything. It's just kind of like a bit of hay fever really. If it gets worse, he'll go on some antihistamines, but for now we're just monitoring it. And he's going to fit in his thin person's girth today. What do you think, Smelly? Should we give it a shot? Should we give it a shot? Right, so let's go cross country. So at this point we'd already warmed up and jumped fence number 1 in the other field, and now we're just having a play with these roll tops. Now I actually got brave and went straight in for the biggest one, and then we had the option to come around and put a combination together, which I did, going for the bigger log because the line is better. Since you went over the bigger log, you get a nicer turn then around the corner to the bigger of the roll tops. I was feeling really good. I was feeling confident. Bellamy felt amazing. I had control this time versus last time when I had none, and thought we'd go for some of the bigger fences. I wanted to slow this right down because I am really happy with how I kept my shoulders up. So I wanted to look into the bottom of this log, but looked up and looked right, shoulders up, and then just sort of balanced on my knees so I didn't come crashing down in the saddle. Motorbiked a little around this turn, but then made it nicely to the roll top. Yeah, I was really happy with that line, very happy. So this was our first proper test. This palisade has like a tiny ditchy thing in front of it, and I'm always a bit scared of it, but you know, Bellamy clearly doesn't care. Okay, so slowing this one right down now. You can see he's locked on about there. I'm just sitting there, just sitting there, just sitting there, just sitting there. Now I start flapping, thinking, oh my god, he's going to stop, I'm not doing anything. he has a look in the ditch and then just pops it. Like, he's not worried about it, he's not scared of it, but I definitely could have been more positive from when he locked on to make sure that the jump was more successful. So hacking to the next set of fences. Now there were quite a few in this field and a couple of combinations we put together, this being one of them. So it's about a 70cm rail down a hill, and I decided to go for the 60/70 log. Wish I'd gone for the roll top you can see on the right hand side. However, I thought that 80cm roll top looked a bit scary. It did look a bit scary, but actually it was the easier fence to negotiate. So now onto these chairs, and I opted to jump the 70cm one first. You can see he barely breaks his stride, and I was told to come straight round and jump the bigger one, which I was a bit scared of, but I mean, just look at the jump, he's just so much better. Analysing these two, I sat there a little bit for the 70, but he's sort of saying that's a bit scary, I can't really see the point. Coming around to the 80, I was riding a lot more positively, and he just like flew. He just saw the point of it and went for it. I'm going to put those two side by side so you can see the difference in the jump. Now into the 70cm combo in the woods. So there is a really small rail in, then a little rail there, and 2-ish strides and a rail out again. So really nice through that. And then this oxer I was a bit scared of again, but Bellamy just went for it. He's got quite strong by now, but he was jumping really, really well. You can see where I get scared because again, look, I just sit there, sit there, sit there, sit there, sit there, sit there, legs go on, flap a bit. Oh my God, please jump it. Like, had I prepared way back when he actually locked onto it, we would have been fine. I wouldn't have needed to have flapped, but it's a learning process all the time, isn't it? It's the reason we don't always jump 80s, and we only jump them when we're feeling good, but you know, fairly pleased with the fence. Now into the dip thing, and he launched into this, so I actually got a trot in. He jumped in nicely. I lost my stirrup this time and ended up aiming for the 90. You can see, so my instructor actually just says, just kick, just go, and no, it was too scary. I could have done, but it's quite a meaty fence there, so I decided to come and trot back out and come back in and actually complete the line properly. The line to the 90 is actually a lot nicer, but you'll see when we jump out it's actually quite a meaty fence. So trot in over the little rails. I should have come further to the right on these to make the turn. Canter through the woods and over the log. You can see that 90 is a bit meaty. Yeah, Bellamy found it really easy. Now we're doing the 80 ditch and log, so over the ditch, makes nothing of it, and the log, again, simple. Across to the water now, and yeah, again, walk through the water because it's a bit deep, and then popped over the little palisade. Now the zigzag rails I wimped out of last time we were here. This is a fence on the 80 course, and I really wanted to do it this time, and he just makes absolutely nothing of it. Pops over, and slowing this one down, I'm actually way happy with my riding. So he's locked on here, but I've actually got my legs on, I'm sitting up, I'm pushing because he has a tiny look in the ditch, but then just pops it. So yeah, much more positive riding from me and a much better jump. And then I decided to come round and have a go at this 90 combo. So it's a ditch and a roll top, easy peasy, just pops over like it's nothing. I hope you didn't think you were getting away without a slow-mo here, because this is incredible. So yeah, really proves my riding. I stayed positive, I kept my legs on, and look at him go. He is so good. And then I wanted to try this house because I've looked at it every time we've come to Blackwater and thought, oh, that doesn't look too bad, but never had the guts to try it. It's the last fence on the 80 and 90 course. So yeah, I got a bit gutsy and had a go. I felt he was a bit stuffy coming into that one, so I came round and popped it again. Just wanted to keep my lower leg on, hands down, and yeah, just popped it and then just cantered through the finish line. Lots and lots of big pats because he was incredible. Okay, that was the most amazing schooling session. I haven't felt that brave in years, like years. So yeah, definitely feeling good to go and try the 70 at Pop Park at the end of June, hopefully, and we're possibly going to go out show jumping in the next couple of weeks to get some practice in. So we will see you again soon. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll come back and see some more of our adventures. Bye!